我是 Segovia， 请大家帮着忙按赞。When I first arrived in Taiwan, it was 2005 with the Lions, and the only, like, my first impression of Taiwan, I had no idea what to expect. I mean, all I had was, well, my father-in-law had played in Japan, I'd seen Mr. Baseball, and that was it. And Tainan was a great place. I mean, like, I enjoyed it. Obviously it's a big city, but I didn't get to see much of it. Like, it was hot, it was July. So, I mean, yet it was a good experience. Like, I completely enjoyed it. However, when I came back like a couple months later with Team USA, I was living at the Grand Hyatt across from the 101 in the middle of Taipei. And I was like, wow, this is the same place? I saw the Shilling night market and I was like, whoa. And the electronics building, I was like, this is incredible. I bought more tempered glass and more like cell phone accessories in those 2 or 3 weeks with Team USA than I'd ever seen in my life. So then coming back to Lamigo, playing here in Taoyuan near the high speed, and now this year we have the MRT, I literally feel extremely safe. I'm a block away from a night market. There's food places all over the place, and I can get around easily. There's a lot of people that speak English. Everyone's super friendly. Like, you can do anything you want if you ask the right questions. I've completely like grown so much in my impression of Taiwan and just being able to accept like the culture. Like, I still don't speak Chinese, and I don't think I ever will. I mean, like, I can say shay shay, ni hao, take waze. I mean, but that's it. Like, I got a little night market, like like Chinese, and that's it, like Taiwanese. But I mean, in all, like, overall, like, my feelings have completely changed, and I truly have experienced more of Taiwan and enjoy it a lot more now than I did when I first came. I am fortunate. I have played, I think my friend did the thing, I think I've played in like over 50 different places. Like, I counted the other day, it's 9 countries I've played in professionally. I have played in the US, Dominican, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, Mexico, here. I would say, like, the CPBL, because it's only 4 teams, is one of the most underrated leagues I've ever been a part of. Yes, everyone knows MLB is the best league in the world, all right? And then everyone says the best league in Asia is Japan. That's what, I mean, that's everyone's pretty much given thought. And then they say the KBO and then the CPBL. I can't honestly say that the CPBL is better than the KBO or Japan. I mean, many people way smarter and have experienced both say it isn't. I will, however, say that it is very underrated. Like, this league is a good league. I mean, there's some really good players here. And when you think about playing the same 4 teams over and over again, like, it's really competitive. It's really difficult because you're always constantly changing to do better. So, like, so to have success here is being able to adapt to different situations over and over again. I would honestly, like, I mean, I'd rate it the same way everybody else would. You know, like, it's the 3rd best league in Asia, obviously. But what makes it really unique is that there's only 4 teams. So you think about, like, all the players, like, how difficult it is for, like, this island to have, like, 25 million people living here, and then they grow up, and then there's only 4 teams. So you have some really good players and not a lot of spots. So which makes it very, very competitive. The fans are what makes it, like, almost like a winter ball league, because the passion that, like, you see, like, if you guys have ever seen a Caribbean series or like the WBC, like, the passion that you see, like, in the Dominican and Venezuela, like from the cheerleaders. Like, at our place, we got cheerleaders, we got fire, we got smoke, we got a spaceship. I mean, like, and that's on a regular occurrence. I mean, I've worn 4 or 5 different jerseys this year. Like, I wore a purple jersey, like, I've worn all kinds of different stuff. So the passion for, like, the fans and, like, the atmosphere is almost like Caribbean style. I mean, we had 15,000 people the other day at the game. I mean, it's awesome. Like, it's so loud and it's amazing. Like, go play the Brothers in Taichung. It is the loudest speakers I've ever heard. I mean, there's that weird fan jumping up and down behind home plate. I mean, you can't put it in terms. So, I mean, so I think that's what makes the league like unique, and that's what makes it special. And I think the fields here are nice. Taoyuan, Taichung. I mean, they play WBC games there. I mean, it's a good league. Like, it's a professional league, and when it's the top league in the country, then you have to give it respect. There's not one that sticks out. I mean, there's 6 that stick out. I mean, you got Juan Polon, you got Aki, even Cha-Cha. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean, and that's just 2 teams. You want to go to the Lions? Young G can hit homers. You had Kevin hit 6 home runs and like whatever. The brothers had a guy in the minor leagues that wasn't even playing, and he gets called up, and what, he's got like how many homers now? You know what I mean? Like, so that's why it's so underrated, because there's not one hitter. There's not even one pitcher. Like, you want to say, hey, who comes to your mind here? What one pitcher? We're gonna say Zeke. We're gonna say Lori. We're going to say me. We're going to say Roman. Roman's been here for 10 years. I mean, you got Juan Polon, who's hitting homers in Japan. You got guys here that are crushing 16, 17 homers. That guy from the brothers, every time he hits a homer, he hits 3 that day. I mean, geez, that number 1 for the brothers, I bet there's only like maybe 1 or 2 times where he's only hit 1 homer. Like, every time he hits 2 homers or 3, or, you know, like, seriously. Like, so I mean, and then you got number 28 from Fubon, who the only reason he's not hitting 1 million homers is because his wrist. In a 4-team league, there's not one elite team. There's 2. There's 2 elite teams right now. It's Fubon. No, it's not Fubon. It's 2 elite teams. It's Lamigo and the brothers. And the defending champ finished last. So what's going to happen next half? Nobody knows. It's flip a coin. It could be anything. That team, same thing happened last year. They were so bad last year. They almost got sold. They did get sold. Yeah. And then they won the championship, which is why it's underrated, because you can go and then win. So and that's what makes this league so special.